Welcome, I'll be reviewing Star Trek Picard, Season 2, Episode 10, the finale. Last episode I was wondering how they would close all those different plot threads in one episode, but I think they pulled it off. Here are my running thoughts as I was watching the episode. From the very first scene, you could see in Talon's eyes that she planned to sacrifice herself for Renee. Really beautiful acting job there. It was obvious. Picard saw it, and he followed her. And they had that incredible moment together, almost arguing over whether or not it was worth sacrificing yourself. My fate is not yours to decide. I think I was ultimately with her on this, although I could see both sides of the disagreement. Picard was trying to save her, but she made her choice and he needed to respect that. I also kind of want her pen/sonic screwdriver transporter device. No traffic, you're just like... The drone disabling team had their work cut out for them, although I think they had the more typical kind of superhero plotline of basically disable the explosive devices. It pops up a lot in media. It was still exciting. I mean, there's a reason it gets used so often. It's very effective. And it added some tension to the quieter scenes that were going on simultaneously. Speaking of Talon and Renee's conversation, what an incredible scene of them finally connecting after all those years of her just being that guardian and using a neurotoxin like that. What a way to go. Oh, that whole scene was just heart-wrenching. But she did it. She completed her mission. And that line to Picard, "Your guilt must have saved countless lives." It's true. I think partly because of the mother that he couldn't save, he saved so many and fought hard to do so. And Corey finally taking control of her life. I am so proud of her and glad that she found some shoes. I was a little worried last episode when she just walked off barefoot. I guess it's the mom in me, I don't know. I kind of suspected a little bit that Soong was involved in the Khan project after we heard about the genetic manipulation going on. And we got confirmation. It was him. Of course it was him. It's always him. I'm not sure if that was just a little Easter egg or if they're actually going to do something with that plotline in the future. Okay, Will Wheaton, you little... Oh, I love you. But you had me going with the, "Oh no, I'm not in Picard. Look, I wrote this adorable fan fiction of what it would be like if I were." It was actually a really good little fanfic. I recommend you read it. After I saw what he was posting, though, there was a little voice in the back of my mind that was going, is it too conspiracy theory to think that he's just trying to cover up the fact that he's actually going to show up on Picard? Like, is this whole, oh, well, I guess everyone else got to be on Picard, but so much for the Traveler/Wesley. Was an act, and it was. He had us going. He really did. Good job, Will. Oh. I love how the Traveler described time as being fragile and exquisite. And that's why they have to be so careful when and where they interfere. Also, Cora is a Traveler. Yes. She and Wesley can have time adventures together. I love it. Can we have a spin-off show, please? I really like how Will played the Traveler too. He was so confident and calm and just, dare I say, happy. Finally, a proper moment with Rafi and Seven. They are so cute together and we do not get enough scenes. We needed more. The Delphi reference, "Know thyself," to sum up the series is, I think, really appropriate. And the question, why me? Looking back to watching the first episode of TNG as a really tiny kid, Q was really the one who kicked off the Next Generation era. And after all these years, it makes sense that Q kind of considers him a friend. And I think, in a really weird way, the same way with Picard. And Q coming by to basically make sure that his old friend was okay before he left the universe is very touching. Must it always have galactic import? Isn't one life enough? It matters to me. I hope all of us have someone in their life who can say that to us. And one life does matter. This reminded me a little bit more of Doctor Who, because that's the main theme on that show. Everyone is important. And yes, Chris. I was so upset when he wasn't going to stay for Dr. Teresa. Finally, one of my ships is actually canonical. I can't believe it. This made way more sense than for her to come with him, because this era is where he's really needed. I think in the last episode she said something like, there are enough heroes in the future, we need people now. And that is so true. Even though it will be a bit rough on his friends, I think this was for the best and where he's meant to be. And Q, choosing when to die and to do it helping his friend. I kind of teared up during this part when watching. This was just so heartwarming, and I think the perfect way to end the season. Q has been an incredible character. I think I mentioned in a previous review, I've been a fan of his for a long time. Had the little action figure. So this meant a lot to me. And then Chris staying behind and that making it possible for Elnor to return. I was wondering how they would get around that loophole, especially after Seven got reborged, and I was like, we're not getting Elnor back, are we? He's just going to be a hologram. So when he showed up on that screen, I was just like, and that gorgeous French music as the ship was about to detonate, that kind of Amélie soundtrack going, putting us right back into episode 1. What a good full circle. Seven finally getting field commissioned. It is about time. And then her first order is do not resist to the Borg. That is ironic. I'm not sure how Jerry Ryan managed to say that with a straight face, because I would be like, do not resist. Anyway, great scene. The Borg working together as a collective to save people. I never really thought about what if the Borg put their entire hive mind into helping people. How amazing that would be. And those special effects during the shielding event were, they were so good. I really wanted to see this on a big screen, like cinema level screen, I think would have been incredible. And then the transwarp conduit, bringing in the TNG music again. So much yes. Guinan is back. I didn't think we were going to see her again this season. And it was wonderful getting to hear about what happened to Chris. He died in a bar fight over medical supplies. It is just so him. I know, I'm sorry. I mean, it's bad that the character died. It's so in character for him. It was just perfect. Also, side note, Picard switched to red wine in this scene. And so far, in the past, he's been drinking white wine. Should we all start drinking red wine in the future? I don't know. I think this was a really just neatly wrapped up package of a final episode. Like underneath a Macy's holiday tree, perfect gift wrap package with the little bow, just satisfying, lovely. I came out of this season like, that was so good. It looks like we have one more season to go, likely about the whole transwarp conduit and this new threat that the Federation and the Borg are going to have to ally against. So I have a feeling we're going to get to see a lot more Queen Agnes next season. And I am frankly excited because even if it is half the quality of season 2, it's going to be incredible. We live in a golden age when it comes to Trek, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people don't like new Trek, but I do, and I feel so lucky to have these back-to-back Star Trek shows that I enjoy so much. We had Disco, we've just finished Picard. Coming up next is Strange New Worlds. I'll be doing a separate video for that. So thank you for coming along with me. I'll see you hopefully over on Strange New Worlds. Live long and prosper.